On today's video, I want to talk about the layers of fascia. On my last video, we talked about what fascia is, why it's important, especially dealing with chronic shoulder, lower back, knee pain, and how I came to learn about it while trying to solve my own shoulder problem. If you haven't watched that video, I highly recommend that you watch that video. But on this video, I'll try to briefly explain what fascia is. Fascia is this tissue that runs throughout our body, through our bones, muscles, ligament, organs, literally in every aspect of our body, this tissue runs. It is literally the thing that is holding us together. Without fascia, let's assume that we suck all the fascia out of ourselves. Have you ever seen one of those videos where they demolished these huge buildings? They just started to crumble and then just like tumble down. That's what's gonna happen to us. If we don't have any fascia, nothing is gonna stay upright. Everything is just gonna get demolished. Even our skin is gonna be like a fabric, like falling down. So what creates the tensions and the bones and the muscles to work together is this fascia that is wrapped around in every part of our body. So that's what fascia is. So I myself thought that fascia was like one tissue by itself, but it's actually a multi-layered system, and it has 3 layers. The first layer is the superficial fascia, and this superficial fascia is the fascia that's right underneath our skin. If you pinch your skin somewhere and then you start like doing this, you kind of feel that thickness. That thickness is the superficial fascia. This tissue contains fat cells. It is what insulates us and keeps us warm and stores energy. So think of it like putting a layer on to keep yourself warm. This tissue is what keeps the structure of our body and keeps the form and the shape. If we didn't have the superficial fascia, our skin would literally sag. Like we wouldn't have that structure. Like it would literally sag. The second layer is the deep fascia, and this deep fascia is a lot more tougher than the first layer. This is the fascia that actually anchors everything together, the muscles with the bones and like the joints working all together, is because the deep fascia is kind of like running through these parts, keeping them together and creating that structure. So if we didn't have that deep tissue, we would not have that structural integrity in our body. Also, this is the tissue that actually creates different compartments of muscles. If we didn't have the deep tissue, every muscle will be like mixed together. We wouldn't tell what from what, and they will be interfering with each other. It's also the deep fascia that helps muscles to generate force so that they can create movement. So without it, we wouldn't even be able to move, contract, or produce any sorts of movement. Not to mention coordination and stability and balance. None of it would exist without deep fascia that is coordinating, anchoring everything to work together to produce movement. So the last layer of the fascia is the visceral fascia. This particular fascia is what keeps our internal organs in place, and it kind of wraps around our internal organs like the lungs, the heart, the kidney, all the other internal organs, and keeps them where they're supposed to be. So it's kind of like a protective layer for our internal organs. And whenever we're inhaling, exhaling, moving, twisting, it kind of helps to keep them in place and move accordingly with our movements without them losing their place. So imagine if we don't have the visceral tissue or the visceral fascia, your lung can end up somewhere else, or your kidney can end up somewhere else. So this is literally what keeps everything, the organs, the internal organs, where they're supposed to be and function properly. There you have it. These were the 3 layers of fascia. I hope you found this video interesting. And we've seen how fascia is important for our body, how it's function, and for our overall well-being. So the next thing would be, how do we keep this tissue healthy, right? So that will be my next video, and I'll see you then. Bye.